Sarge just texted me and said you guys to be on time this time. We should fire him.
Fire him.
What was that?
Our buddy just asked if we were going to be on time this time.
Yeah, one of our friends was messing with me. He said you guys would be on time this week with the show.
Gotta keep them waiting sometimes, you know?
All right. We good?
Hey, you want to, what's the meeting ID? I can maybe join on my iPad, so it's a little better.
Oh,
video.
okay. Yeah, let me type it to you. And then 8, 9, 10. All right, yeah, I just sent it to you in here.
Sweet. Yeah. All right, hold on. Let me switch over real quick.
For sure. Look at that.
Got me?
Yeah. I think we're good.
Wait.
All right. All right, Tyler, ready?
Let's do it.
3, 2, 1.
Welcome to Around the 412. We are part of allsteelers.com and proudly presented by Crowworthy, where winners are serving winners coast to coast with sports, gambling, fantasy, and more. We are also sponsored by Manscaped and Keeks Barbershop. Follow at Crowworthy on Twitter and visit us at crowworthy.com. You can also check out the Crowworthy Pittsburgh City page for podcasts just like this one, blogs, and more. I'm Tyler, and with me as always is Smitty. And tonight we are joined by Pirates infielder Phillip Evans. Phillip, thanks for the time, and how's it going, man?
Good, guys. Thanks for having me. Appreciate you guys having me on the show, and I'm excited to answer some questions.
Yeah, of course. All right, so we got some questions. Like you said, first things first, we got to take care of some business and let the people know. Phillip said he's a big fan of these hoodies. We got to get one out to Phillip. We also want everybody to go check out crowworthy.com shop where you can find these t-shirts, beanies, and more. You're going to need those beanies living in Pittsburgh, so get in on it now. But all right, Phillip, everybody that comes on here, I asked them this question to kick it off. So what was the draft process like for you?
I mean, it was awesome for me, honestly. I was always a fan of those Aflac All-American games growing up, and I was fortunate enough to be selected for that in 2010. And just seeing how a lot of those guys got drafted and drafted pretty high in those rounds definitely got me excited as a young high school player. So, I mean, it was a lot of fun and got to know a lot of guys and all around the country, just not in the San Diego, California area. But that's kind of when the baseball world kind of got smaller as it went throughout the nation there. And it was a lot of fun. And draft day comes around, kind of slipped down a few rounds than I wanted to be, but I'm grateful for that opportunity that the Mets gave me, and I think it was a great fit, and it was meant to be, I guess, for me to fall that far in the draft. But I think me committed to San Diego State, playing for Tony Gwynn, I walked into his office and asked him, what should I do? I didn't go as high as I wanted to, but I mean, I want to stay here and play for you. You're one of the best hitters that ever lived. He straight up told me, if you want to go to school, stay here. If you want to start playing ball, just get out of my office right now. So that was the last conversation I had with him, and I don't regret it.
All right. Okay. So, I mean, for the people that don't know, obviously you didn't start out with the Pirates. You came over, signed a minor league free agent deal this past off season. So what was the decision like to sign with the Pirates? Was it more about, the opportunity, obviously getting the invite to big league camp, or what went into that decision?
Yeah. They were on me throughout the off season and pretty consistent with me and my agency. And I mean, I knew a lot of guys in the San Diego area already on the squads. So, I mean, it was kind of like a little reunion. I was excited for it. And Joe Musgrove definitely helped me make that decision. And I mean, Kevin Newman and Trevor Williams, Stephen Brault, all San Diego guys. And I mean, I even grew up playing with Kevin Kramer a little bit.
Okay.
So, I mean, I knew a lot of the guys there, and I think it was going to be a good fit for me. And I mean, every time I saw that jersey on the other side of the field there, I knew I just wanted to play the game a little harder in a Pirates uniform. So, I mean, I was fortunate enough to land a spot there, and I'm excited where things could go.
All right. Okay. Pretty solid start to the 2020 season. Did you do anything differently in the off season or anything like that? Or did you just kind of stick true to what you had been doing and you just finally saw the dividends really start to pay off?
Yeah, I mean, I put in work every off season, and just surround myself with guys that are going to make my career better and my mental ability and physical ability. And I mean, every day you need to grow as a person or as a player. I mean, it's an ongoing process, and the more people you surround yourself with, the better. So I think I just took a lot more pride in my defense and my offense. Hired a swing coach. Just took a lot more pride in the preparation this past off season than I did over the past nine seasons. So I mean, you're still building every off season, and don't never want to be complacent. So I think I did a good job in that department.
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously you didn't have, experience with the prior coaching staff here in Pittsburgh, being that this was your first season here. But what was the relationship with Derek Shelton, and how would you describe him? Maybe if, you had a friend that was being brought into the organization as a free agent signing or something like that.
I love Shelty. Him being a bench coach and me being a bench guy throughout my career so far, he knows how to run a bench, and not a lot of people do. But he's an awesome dude. If I had to give advice to someone coming in, I'd say just be yourself. I mean, he tells you how it is, and good or bad. So be yourself and just have fun out there and help the team win.
I've always said with him, when we first started talking about him, we had Michael McHenry on here shortly after, the season had started and everything like that. We were talking about, Derek Shelton seems to be like the perfect blend of a guy that can get along with his players, but not be too friendly. He's just like an honest guy. So he's a good blend of like that old school and new school. And I don't know if you can attribute to that, attest to it.
Definitely. I mean, if you're going well, he won't change anything. But if you're not producing or not doing kind of what he has in the plans for you, I mean, he's going to let you know and tell you what you need to do to fix that or maximize that. And you'll be back. I mean, whether you get sent down or, I mean, have to take a mental day on the bench, I mean, you're going to turn it around for him because I think a lot of the guys respect him, and he's a good dude, and he's going to tell you straight up how it is.
Okay. I got to ask, because I believe you're the first player that we've had on since the season had started and everything like that. But how weird was it playing with no fans?
It was definitely weird. You didn't get that steady roar of the crowd or those interactions that's why we play the game, But I think, when the lights turn on, you got to lock it in. So I think the adrenaline part was there for a lot of guys. But yeah, I think that the crowd could definitely hurt you if you're not used to it.
True.
So I think a lot of guys had really good years this year, and they don't really know what having fans in the stands is all about. But I think that was the weirdest part, just no interaction or those boos or the roars of the crowd,
Right.
definitely missed that.
Yeah.
Curious as to how players feel about the crowd noise that the stadiums build into the game. Like, do you guys notice that, or do you think it's cheesy because there's no fans there, or like, what are your guys' opinion on it?
I think it's nice to have. I don't think we can really play in a completely silent ballpark, but I mean, you're locked in on every situation of the game, so I mean, you're thinking every situation out, and that crowd noise definitely helps you kind of feels like people are there. But yeah, I think it's a plus, but I'd rather have real fans in the stands.
Yeah, and I'm sure it sounds different when you're actually in the stadium, because on TV you can definitely notice that it's just like a bunch of audio plugged in, and it's just like people hit a certain button.
You can definitely hear where the loop ends and starts again, for sure.
Yeah. So what was it like to hit your first big league homer?
Oh, it was awesome. I mean, that was a big weight on my shoulders over the last 3 years, but finally got that one out of the way, and hoping to build off that and hoping many more follow.
Yeah, and I'm sure that would be better with fans in the stands as well.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it was a little different, but at least it was at home. Got some fireworks and the whole deal, so I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was a go ahead homer too, I think. 3-run
Yeah,
shot.
that was a big one for the boys.
So we talked about, your 2020 season got off to a really good start. Obviously, your season was shortened. Had you ever had an injury similar to the one that ended your 2020 season? And what was that rehab process like?
Yeah, 2018, I fractured my tibial plateau, and on my left knee, turning double play. I was in Washington. Adam Eaton took me out of second base. Still owe him back for that one, but no, yeah, he ended my season right then and there, and I was on crutches for about 2 months. No surgery, thank God. But yeah, the non-weight bearing on crutches was tough for me, and after that, it was just kind of getting comfortable running and planting and doing all the agility stuff. But I got ready for that next spring training and ended up not breaking with the team. I was with Chicago, but yeah, it was a tough rehab process, and a little better than this past injury. But
yeah, so I mean, what was that like? The rehab for this.
I mean, I'm still rehabbing at the moment. It's kind of get a glove, move around my jaw on the inside, and it's just been a little work on the neck here and there, but all the surgeries were the brutal part. I had 3 surgeries within 3.5 weeks in Pittsburgh. So, I mean, it wasn't a fun month for me. I was spending my 28th birthday in the surgery room. So hoping the next birthday is a little more eventful.
Yeah, at least it was in Pittsburgh, though. I mean, I don't know if you know much about the like, at least before coming to Pittsburgh, but like the healthcare, like the surgeons.
Oh yeah,
the best care that you can get is in Pittsburgh. So
for sure, I agree. I'm glad I made the decision to stay around the team and get all the work done in Pittsburgh. And I mean, all the doctors that helped me out, and they were just awesome. All the nurses, and it was fantastic to be there.
I'm just curious, what was eating like after your surgery?
Oof. A lot of baby food, liquid diet. Me and the NutriBullet got to be real good friends. But yeah, it was about 3-4 weeks of just smoothies pretty much. And yeah, I lost about 20-30 pounds. And I think the last night before I got my jaw, all my wires out, I had to blend something crazy up. Everyone has those crazy stories. So I got actually some Ironborn pizza threw that in the blender with a little tomato sauce just to try it out, But
How was that?
it wasn't bad. It wasn't as bad as you think.
Cool.
But
Okay.
I had to do something crazy.
Whenever the collision happened, did you immediately know that something was really wrong with your jaw?
Honestly, no. As soon as I hit the ground, I looked up to see where the play was at and all the base runners, and Frazier came over and was like, "You gotta chill out, man." I was like, "I think I'm good." Well, I wanted to get up so bad, but waved the trainers over and rolled me over, put me on the stretcher, and once put the brace on me, I knew it was going to be pretty serious. So it for me, but could have been a lot worse. So.
Yeah, you know what? I remember. I don't know if you're too into hockey, but your injury there pretty similar to Zach Aston Reese, who broke his jaw. And he said similar, like it was literally smoothies for like 8 weeks. So I don't know if I
Yeah.
could do that.
Yeah, I challenge anyone out there to do the liquid diet for about a month and see how much weight they lose and how much they appreciate food once they.
Just popped in my head when I said that. I mean, obviously you haven't spent too much time here in Pittsburgh, but do you have a relationship with any of the guys on other, teams, like any Steelers or any Penguins players?
Yeah, I got the chance to hang out with Cam Canada,
Oh, okay.
the long snapper, and me and him played a bunch of golf during the time out there, and it was cool because he's from Oregon, and I mean he doesn't have a lot of West Coast friends out in Pittsburgh, so it was cool to kind of merge with the Steelers guys and meet a few of those guys, and hoping to meet a few Pens players as well, hopefully next season. So
Yeah, that probably, I mean, that
yeah,
would have happened, if 2020 wasn't 2020, you would have gotten to go to some of those
right,
games and stuff, but yeah.
yeah, that's a bummer.
Kind of
I
stinks
just
with the
realized,
injury.
I was gonna say, Tyler, I just realized I took your question. That was your question,
What was
the
that?
last one. So
No, you're okay. But I was gonna say it kind of stinks with your injury. You weren't able to enjoy a lot of the food places around Pittsburgh while you were playing.
I know I was a downer for sure, but I have a few spots that I like already before the injury. But yeah, I'm definitely excited to explore more food spots in the Pittsburgh area.
Do you care to name drop a few of them?
not
I think
sponsored by anyone here. We should state that.
pizza. I'd have to go Driftwood. Driftwood's my number one.
Okay. Is
And,
that the one that that they always put up pictures of, like Joe always goes to, and I think Chris Archer and him were there.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think I get the Archer about every time. The pizza's solid.
Mm-hmm.
Good work, Chris.
I'm assuming that you've had a Permane sandwich before.
I actually haven't. I think I was gonna go there. I had it all lined up, and then the injury happened, so I'm still waiting on my first one.
Okay.
All right, and here it comes. I'm assuming I know
Well,
what the follow-up's going to be here.
I'm assuming since you haven't had Permanes, you definitely haven't had Pepe's, or else you have.
I haven't.
Okay, so they're different sandwiches. I have to talk about this every athlete that comes on our show. But if you ask us, our preference is Pepe's. Permanes is the Pittsburgh sandwich, but I think Pepe's has the best sandwich. It's more like a sub style. It doesn't have the fries or coleslaw or anything like that.
Again, not sponsored, but
yeah, but we love it, and we bring it up on every interview. We just have to ask if people have been there because it's a cool environment. Like when you go in, you get to see all the pictures they have of the ton of pictures of and they're signed too of all these people that have come to Pepe's and eaten there, and it's a bunch of athletes or actors and all these famous people that have come to Pepe's.
Need to get on that wall.
And then that's what I was just saying. And then you can add your name to the wall.
Exactly.
Perfect.
Two birds with one stone.
Yeah.
But okay. So how would you say that Pittsburgh is different from the other organizations that you spent time with?
I mean the history. I mean you see all those retired numbers on the wall going down the tunnel there, and I mean you just want to play the game a little harder as those the Pirates across the chest, and I just think it's ran differently. It's old school baseball. I mean you're gonna play hard, play a little dirty sometimes, but I mean you're gonna try and do everything you can to win. But that's just kind of what I've seen being on different organizations over the last 9 seasons. It's, I mean, definitely different, but I'm all about it. And I think this new wave of coaches is going to take us to the next level.
Yeah, I just realized too, when we had former Pirate Garrett Jones on here, we actually you got brought up on that show, and I just thought about it now because he came over as a minor league free agent around the same age, 27, 28, then ended up, making a name for himself, obviously in Pittsburgh. And we were talking about another guy that potentially do that, and your name came up. So Garrett Jones kind of name dropped you on an episode of our show before without even knowing
Sweet.
it.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Okay, so what are you most looking forward to as we start to get closer to the 2021 season?
Fans. Shit, we need some fans back. I think everyone needs access to the ballparks and stadiums, and just to get out of the house, get some fresh air, enjoy some sports. I mean, it's something that ties a lot of people together and is shapes a lot of people's childhoods. So I just hope fans are allowed back in the stands. We can interact with them. I mean, whether it be from afar or not, I'd love to see some fans in the stands and seeing what our young team can do next season.
Yeah, I didn't have this on there, but as we were talking about, it just popped in my mind. So what have you kind of been doing, during this whole, quarantine process that we've had, over the last 8 months, really, other than baseball?
I mean, I think the quarantine was, brutal for a lot of people, but us getting ready for a season after almost breaking spring training to go to Pittsburgh. Yeah. It kind of all world stopped. We got back to San Diego. Me and Joe were living together out here, and I think it really locked us in, and I think we maximized our time and just really focused on getting back and giving people baseball back. We're one of the first sports to go back, so we were prepared, and that's kind of how we took it and looked at it, and I think us getting that season and was huge.
Yeah, I feel like obviously you guys would prepare normally, like as if you were going to have a season, but for a while, at least as fans' perspective, we weren't sure if MLB season was going to happen this year. So what was it like for the players? Were you guys kind of like in a limbo, kind of like we were, just waiting for announcements to happen?
Mentally, I was until I saw the official, hey, we're not playing. I was keeping that mindset of, hey, we're going. But I think half the league might have been the opposite. They haven't been home. We've been away from their families for years and haven't been home in the summertime. And what I'm sure a lot of those veterans, maybe 10 years. But yeah, I think us staying prepared, and when we got to spring 2.0, we were all ready to go, and we were taking all the precautions and taking all the tests. And we didn't have one positive test, and I think we were doing our part, and a lot of other teams kind of were hit or miss, but I think we prepared the right way, and I think that shows a lot about our team.
Was that like something like the coaching staff was like diligently talking to you guys about, or was it kind of like an unspoken thing? Like, we just know we can't be doing anything besides coming to the yard for baseball.
Yeah. We talked about it, but I think a lot of guys were there for the right reasons. We all wanted to win. We all wanted to stay healthy, and we wanted to get out to a hot start in that 60-game season. You never know what could have happened. We lost a lot of one-run games early in the year that, if we capitalized on those, who knows, we could have been in the playoffs. But I think we were all on the same page, and that shows a lot about our team character. And I'm excited to see what we can do in a full season next year.
Right.
This wasn't written down and just popped in my head. So now, having played as the home team at PNC Park, where does it rank for you among your ballparks?
It could be number one for me. That backdrop's amazing. Yeah, being a visiting player, you always see that backdrop. You're like, man, that'd be awesome to play here. And putting on that home white uniform in that stadium definitely fires me up.
Yeah, we're not biased at all, I'm sure, but we say it's number one.
I think so too. You guys aren't wrong.
Are there any other ballparks that you tend to like visiting?
I mean, playing in New York was awesome. City Field is a cool park. Um, Wrigley, can't hate Wrigley. A lot of history there. I'd say those are my top three as of now. I haven't been to many else, but stayed in the East, the NL East and Central.
Yeah, I was just saying, like, being that you were a West Coast guy, I thought you would throw out, San Diego or San Fran.
I mean, San Fran's, it's up there, but I mean, I haven't played there yet. But going there as a kid, definitely watching Bonds and that whole squad, it was a cool part of the childhood as well. So, yeah, definitely can't wait to play in San Francisco against the Giants.
Right.
Yeah, and I actually got to go to a Padres game last year, and we've always heard a lot of people will say that either Petco or PNC's number one, and I always say PNC's number one, especially now having been there as well. Petco's really nice, but
Petco's awesome. But, yeah, PNC's got the backdrop locked in.
So, do you think that you're gonna stick with 64, or do you have any idea of a new number for this upcoming season?
I don't know. I mean, we got a lot of retired numbers, so there isn't much to pick from. But I don't know. What do you guys think? What's going to look good on me?
Well, I would definitely be switching from 64. Just a matter of what is going to work. What we had, well, let's see. Jeff changed from 72 to 32. I hope Jared switches from 76 because that stinks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
You were 28 in New York, I think, right?
Yeah. Me and Corey are gonna have to duke it out.
Yeah.
See, that's the thing. Like, I'll be thinking, like, oh, a player doesn't wear that. Yeah, like in my head, I'll be like, oh, a player doesn't wear that, and then I'll be like, oh, wait, there's a coach though that wears that.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny. We had Jack Wilson on last week, and he didn't know that Bill Mazeroski was when he came to the Pirates. So he wanted number 9. He's like, who is this guy? And he's like, it's like just the guy that hit arguably the biggest home run of all time. But
right. Yeah.
And then he brought up Freddie wanted to wear 21, and he was like, okay, that's a little different. Like,
yeah.
You can't be that one. No, but I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, any number, any big league uni you can put on, it's cool with me. But yeah, if any lower numbers open up come springtime, I might be in a different uniform next season.
I'll go through the roster, including coaches, and I'll shoot you my top 3. And I'll even go on to like Fanatics or something and like customize the jersey and shoot you a picture of what it would look like because I'm big on doing that. So
let's do it.
Because
we'll get you right.
Trying to think right now, and it's like it's hard. It's either the numbers are tired or it's a current player or coach. So
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I need the roster in front of me.
Yeah, we need a full list and some graphics for sure.
All right, so we've talked a lot about baseball, but what do you like to do outside of baseball in your free time?
I love golf. Like to get out there any chance I can, honestly. Just kind of puts me at ease. Even during the season, I like to get out there. I mean, even if you're in a slump or whatever, it can help you out. I think it correlates a lot to the baseball swing. And, I mean, it can definitely get you out of slumps. And, I mean, who doesn't like to be outdoors playing sports? So that's probably my number one. But, I mean, being by the ocean, being home for sunset's kind of my biggest daily goal while I'm home in the off season. So I mean, I just like to enjoy being outside as much as I possibly can.
Have you ever gotten into surfing?
I'm not the biggest surfer. I'll paddleboard here and there. I'll get in the ocean all the time, but I mean, not the biggest surfer, but I'll not far off. It's coming soon.
Yeah, living in San Diego, it was beautiful when I was out there. So I was just curious because I know a lot of people surf out there.
Yeah, I don't want to lie and say I do, but yeah, I'm not. I'm
not putting that on the resume.
Not putting that on the resume yet, but it's coming.
What about you into video games at all?
Yeah, I'll play.
Okay.
Just downloaded the new Call of Duty. Actually, I haven't played it yet. It's been downloaded in the last day, so fired up to play that. Probably play a little tonight, but just playing a lot of Fortnite and the old Call of Duty. Big Halo guy. Grew up a
Okay.
Halo player.
Well, I was about to ask what system you play on, but I think
Xbox.
that would say Xbox.
Yeah. I think I'll always be an Xbox guy. Can't turn to the dark side.
Okay. I don't have a comment there. I know Tyler plays both and PC, but
Yeah, I have been an Xbox guy my whole. Well, actually, I went PlayStation 2 to 360 to Xbox One. Then I wanted to play with some friends on an PlayStation 4, so I got one of those. And then this year I built a PC, so I'm just kind of all over the map.
There you go. Yeah, I mean, the only reason I'd probably buy a PS5 was to play the show, but it's probably it.
well,
It's probably
isn't the I thought the last one was like it's either the last one or this upcoming one are gonna be the last one that's Sony exclusive. So you'll have it
I
on
think this
Xbox soon.
one. So, yeah, the next
Okay.
one will be on Xbox. So
Yeah.
glad I held out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
There
said
you
the
go.
only reason that I would buy a PS5 right now is to play Spider-Man, and so I can't really justify spending the money on a new system just to play one game.
Yeah, my Xbox has been grinding with me for 5-6 years now, so I think it's making funny noises. I might have to upgrade here soon.
That's our YouTube editor Sarge. He's been trying to get a new PS5 because his PS4 keeps overheating and shutting off while he's gaming, so it's been frustrating for him.
It's been frustrating for everybody. No, speaking of him, he said, let's run it. I assume that means he wants to try to get you to play Call of Duty with us sometime.
I'll get on there with you guys. Let's do it.
I don't know if you want to do that. I wouldn't commit to that if I were you.
No,
No one is very good.
I might embarrass myself. I got to get some practice in first.
Okay, so to wrap things up, we do this every interview. And when I say every interview, I mean like the last two or three that we've had. We introduced a new segment called Three Rivers Rapid Responses. So I'm going to ask you a question. First thing that comes to your head when I say it. What's the best minor league city?
Nashville.
Okay. Well, I said rapid, but is there any particular reason that it's Nashville?
I think the food, and I mean, they just built a new ballpark there, and I mean, can't go wrong in Nashville.
Okay.
Whose team is in Nashville?
What?
Rangers.
Rangers?
Oh.
No. Okay. I was just curious which system it was. Yeah.
Come on, that's the team our boy Taylor Hearn was playing on.
Listen, I forget. Okay. I'm sorry.
Who's the funniest guy on the roster?
Sneaky Colin Moran.
Really?
Yeah.
There's no way.
That is
Yeah.
a shocking answer.
I think he's hilarious.
Is it actually
hilarious.
funny though, or is it just like awkward and it's funny?
A little of both. I think he's got some good ones, but I like being around Moran. He's a good dude, and we definitely get to laughing all the time.
Just
Bonus.
watching him
Bonus.
on
How
TV.
unfunny is Jeff Hartlieb?
Yeah. didn't get any laughs from him yet, but
what were you saying, Tyler?
But I was gonna say, just watching Moran on TV, I would never have guessed that was gonna be your answer because he just looks so stoic. Like I feel like he's a big like dry humor guy. Like it's not like it's very uncomfortable humor, or awkward humor.
I like that though. I like that. Gets me going.
Okay, and this might kind of play into it, or it might not. What's the weirdest superstition that either you have or you've seen a teammate do?
I think I can't go out there if my shoes aren't tied right. I think I gotta go right foot first, left foot second. But if they don't feel right when I put everything on, I gotta untie them and do it all again. So sometimes I'm a couple minutes late out there, but it's because of the shoes.
Okay. All right. Well, that's good enough for me. Tyler, do you have anything else?
No, I don't think so. I'm still really puzzled about Colin Moran.
I mean,
I'm
gonna
put that. How you guys thinking on that one for sure?
I'm gonna put the clip up of that, and people are just gonna run with it. They're gonna be so confused.
I love it. Oh yeah, fired up.
I mean, even when he hits a home run, he just shows no emotion. It's just stoic.
Oh, yeah.
Pittsburgh Clothing Company has that shirt that is the many face of Colin Moran. It's the same face.
I think that's why it's so funny to me, because it's great.
Well, all right, Philip. Like I said, we can't tell you enough how much we appreciate you joining the show. We're definitely going to get some merch out to you, so I'll be hitting you up to get your information. Maybe we can run some Call of Duty sometime. But other than that, we appreciate you joining us, and happy Thanksgiving to you and your family.
Happy Thanksgiving, guys. I appreciate you guys having me, and then I'll be looking for that swag in the mail.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
All right, man. Take care.
All right, guys. Take it easy.
Yep. All right, so that was Phillip Evans of the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Dude,
Soon to
I
be
still cannot
number
get
16.
over. Colin Moran is the
You heard it
funniest guy
here.
on the team.
Colin Moran, funniest guy on the
Low-key.
roster.
I just feel like whenever I think of his humor, it has to be something similar to like the Office humor, like where it's just very dry humor. And if you don't like it, you don't like it. But if you like it, you love it. Because I can't imagine anything else. I can't imagine him like cracking jokes or anything.
I know.
I feel like his humor would be like sly humor, just like he'll say like a little one liner and it just cracks everybody up. But he's just so serious when he says it that he's unfazed.
Right.
Amazing.
Who knows? But anyway, that interview with Phillip Evans was sponsored by Manscaped. Manscaped is the absolute best when it comes to below the waist grooming. Why am I talking so slow right now? I don't know. Anyway, Manscaped is here to save your boys from a TJ Watt hit. We're still doing the football copy because we don't have the December copy yet. And it's not December yet. So stay clean and take care of yourself where it matters most. Manscaped is here with a surefire touchdown with the best tools for your grooming experience. Manscaped has redesigned their electric trimmer. The Lawnmower 3.0 was just released. They spent 18 months perfecting the greatest ball hair trimmer ever. Because of the ceramic blade and skin-safe technology, your snags will be reduced. The Perfect Package 3.0 comes with the new and improved Lawnmower, which is the waterproof cordless trimmer, performance boxer briefs, and a travel bag for you to use when you are done quarantining. It also comes with the Crop Preserver and the Crop Reviver, which are the anti-chafing ball deodorant and the spray-on toner. Tyler holds those two products up for us every single week for those of you that watch on YouTube. So if you're listening back to this, go back, watch it, screen cap it, and put it up on Twitter and find a funny caption. But those two products are great for everyday use. All their stuff is made with vegan products. It's the best that you can get, and you can get all of this stuff at manscaped.com. And when you use the code 412, you get 20% off plus free shipping. Again, that's code 412 at checkout. You will get 20% off plus free shipping. Bam.
I need to re-up on some of the stuff because I'm running out. But yeah, it's all amazing. I say it every show.
Actually, I believe that the cologne was changed. I think it's a new cologne that they just came out with.
Oh, really?
So yeah, I'm gonna have to hit up our guy and see if we can get some of that sent out to us.
Yeah. So I always say I love the Crop Preserver, but the thing that I probably use just because I need it the most is that foot duster. My feet are terrible. So yeah, I love all the products. We have all the products. So yeah, go use our code. It helps us out and you're going to help yourself out.
And then to take care of your other hair, you're going to want to head to Keeks Barbershop, which is an old-fashioned barbershop. It's located at 180 Brighton Avenue in Rochester, PA. He's open 11 to 7 Tuesday through Friday, 9 to 4 on Saturday. Every Tuesday, he does $5 off for military personnel, first responders, and nurses. Again, that's Keeks Barbershop at 180 Brighton Avenue in Rochester, PA. Finally, the last thing that I want to bring up on here is Rocking Around the 412. We actually had a huge influx in donations today. Big shout out to a guy that we already mentioned a couple times on here, Jeff Hartlieb, for his generosity, not only sharing the post, but also making a rather generous contribution to the drive. So we're happy to say that we've finished now shopping for two of the families, and we're going to be able to add a third family. So if you or somebody you know, if you're that family or you know a family that could use the help at Christmas time, please reach out to us. You can DM us on our personal accounts at Around the 412, or you can email us around the 412 at gmail.com. Anybody that donates at least $20 is going to be eligible to win some great prizes, including a Jack Ham signed pylon, Juju Smith-Schuster signed football, Minka Fitzpatrick signed jersey, a James Conner jersey, Brian Rustpuck, Chase Claypool autographed photo, Joe Musgrove signed baseballs, Benny Snell autographed photo. That might be it.
A lot of great stuff.
Yeah, a lot of great stuff. There might be more stuff added. But yeah, if you donate at least $20, you're going to be eligible to win any of that stuff. So again, you can go to our Twitter, search literally just the word Rockin', along with our Twitter handle, and it will show up. It'll be the first tweet. I tried it. That's the way it works. I'll take you right to the GoFundMe, and that's how you can get involved.
Yeah, if only Jeff was as funny as he is generous.
Man, I'm about to let him know. But anybody that's already contributed to that, we can't thank you enough. We thank you for sharing it, doing anything with it, along with your ongoing support of everything that we have going on at Around the 412. So thanks for listening to Around the 412. This has been a presentation of Crowworthy, winners and serving winners coast to coast with sports, gambling, fantasy, and more. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter at Around the 412. Follow them at Crowworthy. Visit the Pittsburgh City page at crowworthy.com for podcasts like this one, blogs, gambling, merch, and more.